Good morning and welcome to part two of the Morning Brew. And yes, I'm streaming on different platforms this time. I hope everyone's doing well today. In part two, I am streaming to, let's see here, going to Twitter and to Facebook as well as YouTube. YouTube will always be on the list, of course. And yeah, I decided to have a part two because the part one was uh, not going well. Let's just say that when I have people on the panel, it'd be nice if the people on the panel, I don't know, talked. You know, I'm not capable of doing a show on my own without a panel. But when the people on the panel aren't talking either, yeah, it kind of makes the stream a little dead. And so, since I couldn't come up with anything to talk about, and the panelists weren't really talking about anything, and the chat was kind of dead because they were all over someplace else, I killed it. So hopefully people will be on this stream. With that, I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the chat. I'm sure there will be a couple of people who go on, but and yes, I really admit that I was. And good morning, Super Blubber Post. How are you this morning? Getting the message to the. Of course, my I'm gonna have to update my YouTube because reload. According to YouTube, my stream hadn't started yet, even though I'm getting the live chat. There we go. Now it's live. That's a good thing. And I'm glad to hear you're doing good. I don't know who else is going to be in the chat today because I ended the first stream and I don't know what's going to happen with the second. So I'm just here anyhow, just in case anybody decided to come on. Um, I You don't really want to know my opinion at this point, but LDG does, and he disagrees with it. That's all I'm going to say. Um, I have my doubts there will be many people watching this stream, but hey, you never know. If you do, share it out, like, subscribe, do all that other stuff. Oh, and in the comments, let's see here. What would be a good one for now? Um, Give me seconds. Give me seconds. Would be a good comment for today if you need a comment to make. I hope work goes well today for you, Super Blubber Posts. And yes, MJ Garrick, I'm back at it again. I hope that's okay with you. Um, yeah, I wanted to be honest. You know, okay, I put the link up. Big deal. Uh, People probably aren't going to be joining anyhow. Doesn't matter. Um, yeah, and I know people are going to get pissed off because I'm saying this, but I don't care at this point. This way, if you join a panel, you're on there to talk. Now, you do need to be respectful and not talk over the person or talk over others, allow others to talk. But when you're on a panel, you don't just sit there. It's just, I mean, if you're waiting for a chance to talk, that's fine. You want to be respectful. You don't want people who want to talk over people. That's fine. But when there's no talk going on, make up something. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Anyhow, I'm here. People apparently in chat. Um, don't know. Don't honestly know why people subscribe. To be honest, um, I know people come here for conversation. That's fine. People would actually talk. That'd be even better. I'd prefer something that isn't always Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever. You know, people could actually talk about real life things, maybe um, how you're actually doing, what's going on where you are, that type of thing. Honestly, if I say it, it'll just sound petty, but it just, and I'll sound just like an asshole. So, and I see I already lost two people. So I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't even know why I bother coming on anymore. I mean, I got people who absolutely hate me, who will not talk to me, even though they were supposedly friends. Um, they have shunned me, turned their back on me, are talking about me behind my back, saying absolute bullshit lies. And I'm just supposed to be happy, like everything's just fucking hunky dory. I'm facing potentially deadly surgery when I have this operation. I don't talk about that. I don't talk about the fact that I could need to be on a breathing machine for a long time, if not permanently. And that when I have the morning brew before I have surgery, it could actually potentially be the final morning brew. I don't know. Good morning, Resolute Germ. I I don't why. I mean, yes, I appreciate the people who come here every day. Don't get me wrong, I do. But at the same time, this channel's not growing. I mean, okay, yeah, I just passed 450. It's barely holding its own. Um, at this point, I'm losing more subscribers than I'm gaining. For the most part, and it's frustrating. I'm in pain. Um, and yeah, Resolute Germ says that's okay. YouTube as a whole isn't growing. Uh, okay, yeah, it's more natural for small channels. It's just like I okay. The funny thing is, it's actually been bigger channels who've been saying this shit to me about trying to get my numbers up, and I at the time I was going, I don't care. Then it's like, okay, fine, we'll go with that. And oh, now the problem is to get out of the numbers game, because it's like, why do I don't really care. I mean, yeah, I'd prefer to have chats that are larger than you know 4 people, which was what it was you know before. And it'd be nice to have people that are actually active in chat. um see 7 people or 8 people in chat and 2 people talking. Yeah, it's kind of like, what the fuck. And nobody's on the panel talking. And earlier, when I had a panel, they weren't talking. So it's like, why bother? Um, I mean, if they don't want to be on, that's fine. I understand. You know, just say it. Uh, Review episodes. Okay, let me put it to you this way. I can't do that. I can't. I cannot do review episodes. Why? Because I need a fucking script. Do I know how to write a fucking script? No. I can't figure that out. I can't figure out the format. I'm too stupid to do a goddamn review. Now, can I go on rail against uh, Lower Decks for being an ultimately shitty show that only idiots that are so-called Star Trek fans like? Yeah. I mean, I'll call any trucker a complete utter fucking idiot for liking Lower Decks. It's stupid. It's not Star Trek. In fact, it's complete shit. It's all member berries. It's all garbage. And I'm sorry, Professor, it is not a good morning. It's a shitty morning for here. And honestly, I wish I would die right now. Okay, I don't want to commit suicide, but yeah, I'm just not happy. Um, so no, I'm not going to self-harm or anything like that. It just, I wish I'd died in the other surgery. I was in intensive care for a week in a coma. See, I can rant. That's fine. You want me to be able to do a review? Show me how to do a good review. I don't know how. Okay? I can read whatever's on the synopsis of an episode, and then I can talk about little shit here and there. But then I'm going to have people telling me I'm not reviewing the episode right. I should be doing it this way. I should be doing it that way. Whatever. I don't know what to do. I I hate the thought of doing videos. I mean, when I do release a video, it's a one take. That's it. I don't edit. I just make it and go, and it's released immediately. Mistakes, pauses, and all. It is what it is. I don't edit. Now, can I edit? Yes. Yes, I can edit. I can do that. That's fine. But it's knowing what the fuck to say. That's a problem. That's why I don't do reviews. Think, be my people won't like me if I'm myself. I mean, I got Professor Brady Specs, who I don't think likes me anyhow, but is in the chat for some unknown reason. And if you want to know the truth, I'll say why I think he is. But then that will just make me look like a complete asshole. I don't know. I don't know. I even wasted money getting a new mic, hoping that things would go better. I'm planning a new show for Monday because I don't want to do yet another morning brew. And I think that a later show should be totally different. So I'm going to. Yeah, Super Lumber must need to get me a co-host because I don't have one. You know what? I don't want that. I'm tired of this. You want to know the truth, Jeff? Honestly, I think you're spying for people. There are people that don't like me. In fact, they flat out said they hate me and are talking behind my back. And I'm not naming their fucking names. But they say I'm an asshole. They have groups created that are dedicated to hating on me. And you know what? Fuck them. Fuck them. And even though, well, how do I say this? Oh, fuck it, I'll be honest. Even though Rambling Canuck has all but abandoned me, he won't message me, he won't talk to me, he wants nothing to do with me, I still have his fucking GoFundMe in there. So yeah, even people who have stopped talking to me, I will still help support. It isn't just by everyone. At times, it seems like there aren't very many who do. Resolute Germ, who happens to be back, is one of them. He's always been there to support.
Hey, Captain.
What's
It's
up?
good to get this stuff out.
I don't know if it is or not. I don't know if people are going to care or not.
It's always better to get stuff like this out and not bottle it in.
I would say, I honestly, Professor, I don't know. I don't know. Why were you sending me all the negative messages in Twitter? I mean, you would come off on here sounding nice and then send me a nasty sounding message in Twitter. So why were you doing that? And don't say because you're trying to be helpful. Because acting like an asshole does not make sound like a nice critical thing. What am I trying to say? When you don't want to criticize somebody, but you want to kind of let them know something that they need to know.
Constructive criticism?
Mm-hmm. Constructive criticism is one thing, and that's needed. But honestly, Jeff, you have been outright mean at times. Now, was I always nice? No. Am I being nice now? No. I honest to God don't know why you come on the chats. You said you came on because you wanted to talk to people you know. They wanted to be involved in the conversation. I don't know if I believe you. Okay, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. You can say things in a way that aren't so fucking mean. I'm sorry, Jaxel. I'm talking to Professor Brains. Many people here know as Jeff, but not everybody does. How am I? Get your ass on here!
Yeah, Bernie, come up. Let's just talk it all out.
If you're gonna criticize me in the chat, grab your balls, get your ass on here. Otherwise, find another stream to watch this morning.
He's criticizing you live to your face. You have a chance to come up here and talk it out.
And trust me, I can private this anytime. Or just outright fucking delete it. Okay, it may be the wrong place to do this, but you're not going to do it anyhow. So don't act like you are. Ready for the Burger Proof 5 Saturday morning cartoon coming to Cartoon Network. Yeah, I would be.
That's a disturbing thought. Bird as a cartoon star.
I don't know. I don't even know why I bother this anymore.
No, I think this helps you get stuff off your chest, and if anything, that's what social media is for.
No, see, I have tried to resolve things with people. I have tried to resolve. In fact, I've gone out of my fucking way to resolve things with people. And what have they done? Nothing. I ought to just private that other, both this and the other Morning Brew. Just be done with it. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I'm honestly thinking about
And Jacksaw is right. You and Brainy just probably aren't compatible.
no, there was a time we were. There was a time we were talking. In fact,
Yeah.
we even watched the Super Bowl together one time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, things change. Well, in some experiences, well, it's best not to get into stuff like that.
You all have no idea. Because I don't tell how much I hurt most of the time. I, but you don't know that, Yitza. It feels like he is. I mean, granted, it's been a while since he sent a message, thank God. And what is the big picture? I'm sure you know more than people think.
Yeah, Yitzy's been around for quite a while.
Let me put it to you this way. I'm going to say this without identifying anyone. I asked them how to make a video. Now, I specifically said I wasn't talking about video editing. They said they would, they've already made a video. So they sent me a link. Cool. I checked it out. What was it about? Video editing. I then talked to this person, and they kept talking about how I lied, saying that they sent me a video because they sent me a video. I need to talk to you more, Yitza. I really do. First of all, you are a good friend. You have said and done things for me that have helped more than you know. And why people don't talk to you, I don't know. Uh, and people were lying about what I said and did. So I don't know anymore. Got LDG backstage.
Yo.
Good morning, LDG.
Sup, Rizzo? So what's this I hear? Bird stepping on your territory?
Huh?
Bird Saturday morning cartoons? What the fuck?
Oh no, that's he was just saying about Bird starring in a Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, starring.
Or the Burrow Prey 5 cartoon.
Where his bed is Bird of Prey 5, whereas his bed is his pet transformer or something? No?
So,
No.
I don't.
Transformer, I kind of like that.
Yeah. That'd have to be something along the lines of an Adult Swim cartoon, though.
Or he's been experimented on to be the next go-go gadget. Let's see, in a go-go gadget catheter.
Ouch! You know how fucking painful those things are to put in and take out.
Well, that's the thing. It wouldn't be putting in. It would be coming out.
Let me put it to you this way. I've had it taken out, and yes, it's painful.
Yeah, I hope I never have to have a catheter.
Trust me.
Definitely avoid it.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to need one again. Yay. When I have my next surgery. God knows how long it'll be.
Excuse me. Ugh.
But at least you will be getting that surgery.
Hopefully. I hope. I don't know. I think I'll just fill out a DNR report. If I die during surgery, I die.
No, it's not that complex, the surgery.
Oh, trust me, it's going to be. There's going to need to be at least 4 surgeons in there. They're going to have to open me up, push my intestines back behind the intestinal wall, stitch it up, put in a mesh, pull my intestinal wall back together, suture that together, probably double suture, and then hope that I'll be able to breathe after that's done. So yeah, it would be complicated. Of course, if the surgery had been done right the first time, this wouldn't have been an issue. And I'm having to go back to the same surgeon.
Is he the only surgeon in the state that does that, or?
No, he's the only one willing to do it. And thank you, Super Loverpuss. Hopefully work is going well, even though you're listening to this shit show. I appreciate that.
See, I don't know, but I think this folic acid I've been taking is actually helping.
That's good.
Yeah, that'd be
with your
funny if
sugar,
all these
or?
issues I've had is because I have low folic acid.
Yeah.
It would be.
At least you found something that helped.
Well, it's not confirmed yet. I just think it's it because I'm feeling better.
Yeah.
That could be anything. I could just be randomly feeling better like I normally do, or it could be the folic acid. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna have to stick to taking this. Give it a week.
Well, I guess Chris Knight's not going to be doing a weekly wrap up this week. Just check Twitter.
Is he okay?
I don't know. All he said was no weekly wrap up.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. Like, apparently I'm I don't. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about next. I really don't.
That's okay.
I mean,
You've been
unlike
at it for a
before,
while.
I can't say, "Hey, go check out Salty Trekker" because he's not on now.
Why do you send people over to that? Quasi church streams, not exactly high recommendable material.
And apparently, he was showing off his new puppy. Yes, he got rid of his old, loving, faithful dog that he got to take for walks to trade in for a puppy.
What, he got rid of Auntie?
He got rid of Auntie.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. It was a beagle. Most beagles are like birds. They don't actually need that many walks. All that needed to be done was to let him out, let her out, whatever, go pee, and then come back in and sleep. And you can't say they couldn't have. It's like, well, the yard isn't fenced, but you can't say you couldn't put it on what do they call those little spikes that go in the ground and
Oh,
put
the
a leash
electric.
on. No. Where you could literally attach a leash to it,
Oh, yeah, just one of the spikes.
and the dog could literally go around in a circle and only go out as far as the leash allows. That's it. So it could be limited to a certain area.
No. Some locations that's illegal. I know they banned that in my city.
That's stupid.
Said
It's
it's
a
animal
private home.
abuse. Yeah, if someone sees that in your yard, they can call up the city and you're gonna get a ticket.
That's pathetic.
It did wonders for the electronic fence sales around here.
I'm sure it did. Dog seems like. Yep. Well, what's going on, LDG?
And I think his internet dropped out. Everything okay, Cap?
Yeah, I was just clicking on something and all of a sudden it kicked me out of the studio. I was asking LDG what's going on.
Did you actually hear me say grabbing my coffee by chance? I can't believe it. I think I heard that.
Nope. All we can hear is someone in the background.
Now I can.
Yeah, no. I'm reheating my coffee. Sorry, I had to step in the other room for a minute.
No problem.
Sorry, I'm not as talkative.
Yeah, you need your morning jolt.
It's the same cup. I'm just reheating it. Yeah, buddy. Well, Kat, like I said, I take responsibility for some of your problems. You standing up and having balls to stand up for the right thing and be my friend didn't help you at all.
That shouldn't have been an issue.
All it was, I pissed certain people off because I called them out for being fake sons of bitches. And
They are fake. And I can't say this, I cannot say this as certainty, but I can say I do know some people on YouTube have bought subscribers. I've even had people message me telling me how I can do it.
yeah, there are people doing some bad shit.
So when you see my 452 subscribers, those are all actual subscribers. I've not gone out and bought paid for a service, unlike some people.
I wouldn't see the point in buying subscribers anyway.
So they can monetize because these channels only have a handful of people that are willing to give them money to be satisfied by their vice watching. And they and don't you see the same amount of people, the same group of people are going around to these little channels and giving them money.
Yeah, but if you get 1,000 subs on there and 950 of them are fake, how's that going to help you?
It helps them because the 50 people pay these people money.
You already have options to pay people.
Yeah, but this gives them it's different.
It's easier. It's easier when you can just go click.
I have options for people to donate to me. The only time they actually used it is like when I'm like have a birthday or some urgent whatchamacallit. But as far as like an everyday super chat, they don't use that. But if I was monetized, they most likely would. Even if it's only a couple bucks. And that's fine. It's no big deal. I mean, I'm just saying that's the way it is. And not only that, but by getting 1,000 subscribers, you get more visible on other channels.
Yep.
We all know the games that's being played.
I suppose that's why everyone has an Odyssey account now.
Well, Odyssey isn't really going anywhere.
I wish it were.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. Again, all it is a wannabe YouTube. That's the problem. They're not. They're saying they're one thing, but they're actually another. It's the same issue with what's that other one?
Rumble?
No, what's that other one?
The
one that got shut down by Amazon.
Oh yeah.
You know, I know.
Parler,
yeah.
Same thing like Parler. They say they're freedom of speech and they're the new revolution, but their base code, their framework, everything that they are is just another YouTube.
Yeah.
They're not actually a public platform.
Yeah, as far as alternatives go, I much prefer Minds and BitChute.
Even Minds I'm not liking. Even
Minds changed a lot.
The problem is people are wanting to pay money to find people. That's the problem. That's got to stop. I say this a million times. I'm getting sick of saying it, man. Thousands of people should be seeing your live stream flash across their face, giving them the option to click or not. That's not happening. Without having to pay, without having to tag.
And you'll notice I didn't add a single thing today. Nothing.
I'm not going to resort I'm not going to resort to do a video on cuties on 9/11 just to get clicks.
No. I'm sorry, that was just a pathetic move.
Yeah, that was shit. I can't believe he didn't get called out for that either.
I mean, granted, we're talking a year ago, but still, that's.
I did enjoy when he bitched and cried that YouTube demonetized it.
Oh,
I enjoyed that. Oh, poor baby.
well, the problem is you can't name out these people. Why? Because it will draw attention to them, and people will go over and, oh, let me check this out.
I don't give a shit anymore. After that motherfucker fucking doxed me in a video after saying he wasn't, you can kiss my ass.
Let's see. But yeah,
Yeah.
photographers.
Yeah,
I watch channels because of content, not because of subs.
Yeah, super. That's awesome. I just wish
That
more people
puts you in the minority.
Yeah, huge super minority.
Because nothing against any channel, but the big channels you go into, you're one of a number. One of a number. And unfortunately, even in the chats, it's like most of the time is taken up reading the super chats.
Yeah, it's starting to aggravate me now too. I'm tired of watching channels that are just about reading super chats. That's really getting on my nerves.
What I would like to see is, you know how, and I'll mention this thing. You know how Doomcock does his super chat catch-ups. Well, instead of thanking people during the live stream, unless nothing else is going on, or unless it's like an extraordinary amount, like I've seen before, $500. You know,
Yeah.
so that I can see calling out immediately. You know, quite honestly, I think anything below 50, no, just make a catch-up video, put all of them in there, and thank everybody for giving a super chat. Then,
Yeah. A lot of time with Doomcock though, he's on for so damn long. He uses those read out the super chats to fill in the gaps between stuff he's doing.
well, that's true. And I'm not naming him out specifically for for that, but there are other channels that's all they read are super chats because he'll read some of my messages out. He'll read some of Bird's messages out when he gets them. He isn't just all about super chats. There are other channels out
real
there.
Good about interaction. Some of the other big ones are a little bit iffy, and they sometimes forget there's actually a live chat going on.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with reading super chats. Let me clarify. It's just when I get pissed off when the whole show just becomes that. Like I watch a show for content. I don't watch a show for super chat reading.
And so gave blah blah blah. Thank you for the super chat.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with reading super chats. It's just when that becomes the focus and you're no longer talking about the reason why I clicked on your video.
Exactly.
Then that gets in the way.
Then you might as well just call it the super chat show.
Yeah, you might as well have a super chat show. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to take all your super chats that you get during a live stream and then say, okay, guys, show's over. Super chat hours coming up next where you actually read all the super chats and respond to them.
Yeah.
Like a pen pal hour.
Yeah.
Or if they're just like innocuous comments, just highlight it on screen and just let people read it.
Yeah. This whole idea that you have to read out the super chats, that people are thinking that's a thing. No, you don't have to read the super chats. The super chat, you get to say something that's highlighted in the chat. That's what a super chat is. Them reading it out is just a bonus. And that's only if you think it's a bonus.
Well, to them it's a bonus because they'll read the message, usually.
But not everybody wants their super chat read.
True.
You might think that sounds crazy and weird, but I've sent the super chat once or twice and I didn't want them to read it.
Oh.
Wanted to say something and be done with it.
Excuse me, I'll be right back.
Oh.
Yeah, but if I click a video that says, you're talking about Doctor Who coming back, and I waste an hour of you just reading super chats, I'm like, dude, talk about Doctor Who. That's what I fucking clicked your video for. But some people like it, and that's fine. Like I said, it's diversity. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. If it's actually a fair, balanced out marketplace where people could compete, that'd be fine. But YouTube doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, nice warm coffee. So how much longer we got? An hour?
To what?
To CNA.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I doubt I'm welcome there anymore.
Why would you say that?
Mike may be a little bit iffy sometimes, but he's generally welcoming.
What the hell are you talking about? What'd you do to Vile?
Nothing.
All right, so then what the fuck are you talking about?
See, one of the. Okay.
Why would you not be welcome?
I don't know. It's just a fear of mine.
It's fucking. You got too many fears. It's fucking Vile Mike. The guy lets me on the channel. He's gonna let you on the fucking channel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Resolute.
Yeah, Mike. He may say some iffy stuff sometimes, but he'll still engage with people because, like me, he knows I'm much different than him politically, and I'm still on the nerd Jeopardy almost every other time.
I don't even bother going on anymore. I don't even try. First of all, I don't. Most of the stuff, it's like I know he's going to ask these random ass questions. It's like, who the fuck's going to know this?
Well, at least you don't have to worry about going on knowing you're going to get negative 500 points off the bat.
And I'm sorry, but that needs to stop. It was funny for a while, but now it's like old, lame.
No, to be fair, he didn't dock you anything in that Star Trek tournament.
You didn't need to.
Thank you, by the way, for bombing that last round. You
and
beat me out for lowest score.
There you go. If I were to play, you would see the highest negative score ever seen.
And personally, I think a wrong answer is better than just passing every turn like some people.
Well, that's true. That would be me too.
I know half the time I get down low on some of those scores because I want to say something and not just pass like the other two people did, and just at least give it a try.
What up, buddy? What you doing? Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't get rid of you to get another dog. No. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not muted.
Nope.
That's okay. Go ahead and because if you just ditch the dog for another one, I mean, if you had to put her down, that's one thing. But just to ditch it and get a puppy, and what the hell? And welcome, Cam. How you doing?
Ooh, excuse me. Oh, hey.
No problem.
Who the hell's that?
No, Germ. I pop right over, and the first words I hear are "What the hell?" And I was like, "What in the hell, Germ?" I was channeling King of the Hill.
No. Yeah, anti-tracker. Apparently, he ditched his beagle for a puppy.
Morning, P-Cat, Cam, Elihu. Although Elihu, I got to be honest, I have no idea what you meant by that Twitter repost comment. I couldn't figure it out.
What?
I don't know. He made a response in the segment I was on, and I just didn't get the context of what he was meaning by it. It just had to do with let's see. Oh, somebody made a comment about the retcon from Doctor Who, and I asked a question. I was like, okay, what retcon do you want retconned? I honestly didn't know what they were talking about. And the person was, acting like I was trying to be a dick or something. I'm like, yeah, I ask a legitimate question, I get this shit. And thankfully, a few people did actually explain to me what they were talking about. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. But I'm not as invested in Doctor Who as some of our other fellow geeks are. I'm just a casual fan. I'm not a Whovian by any stretch of the imagination.
Hey, Cam.
I'm super hyped about Cobra Kai dropping on December 31st. I know what I'm doing New Year's Eve, and I ain't watching the freaking ball drop.
Excuse me.
I don't know. It could be interesting this year. A little bit more righty.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see how season 4, and then I know it's been renewed for a 5th season. We're going to see how Johnny and Daniel can navigate their two different styles of fighting and learn to combine them together, because that's what they're going to have to do.
Elijah, you're going to have to opt out of those. You're going to have to leave the conversation.
I didn't even know he was in the conversation. The only other person I think I talked to like 1 or 2 other people, and Deej, and that was it. PCAT says Silver returns and sees. Yes, he does. Will Barnes return? I wonder. I was actually thinking about making a week of it the week before. When is December 31st this year? It's on a Friday. I could watch, let's see. Try to get 1 on the Saturday, the 25th, 2 on the 6th, 7th, and then watch the 3 seasons. But yeah, I think I want to watch the movies again and then watch all 3 seasons again and prep for this, because I'm super excited. This is the only show I've been this excited about in a freaking long time. I'm more excited for this than I am for whenever the season 3 of Orville finally comes out.
Oh, they dropped that. I think that is like March.
March of 22?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's going on, Cam? And yes, 2022 is when March 10th of 2022 is when now Orville is scheduled to go live. Right.
Yeah, God knows if they'll actually keep that.
I'm not holding my breath.
Neither am I.
And Yvette, yes, I can see your messages. I've been out of the room for a little bit, but
saw the opening trailer for
the
opening crawl for Cowboy Bebop. I have to say the intro was pretty faithful to the original animation.
Minus Ed.
Huh?
Minus
Yeah, I know.
Ed.
Where is Ed? I keep asking that question, LDG. I keep asking, where is she?
Not so faithful. Not so faithful. All they did was fucking copy it. That's not easy to do. That's not hard to do. That's all they did.
I have a question for you since you're on the panel in B.
Yep.
I watched the first and part of the second episode of Visions.
Okay.
How in the hell do you like that animation style?
Oh, how do I like it?
It's garbage.
No, he's not asking how do you like it like a score. He's asking how can you like that shit.
I don't know. I just thought the animation looked good, in my opinion, on the visuals. The storyline was not
Okay.
good, and I haven't
Actually, I
seen.
like the story better than I like the animation.
Yeah,
It
the
looks like
stories
they
are
put
Your
very
opinion
mud
basic
needs to
filter.
have a,
anime.
yeah, I need to schedule a meeting with your opinion. There's something wrong with your opinion.
No, I thought the animation was good. That was really about the only thing I liked about it. I didn't care for the storyline, but I'm willing to give it a few more episodes and see if it's going to do better. I don't know. I thought the animation looked nice. My problem is also I don't think it fits into Star Wars though.
They're not supposed to. They're fan films.
But they're not canon. They're what ifs. They're basically what ifs.
Well, I only saw, like I said, I haven't kept up with what Visions is even about. I just only saw the first episode, and the visuals I thought were good. I liked the animation style.
Although you
I
must love Lower Decks.
No, I hate Lower Decks. You know that.
That's the studio's style. Because all 9 episodes are from 9 different studios in Japan. And they basically took their base story and applied Star Wars on top of it. Because some of them specialize in Ronin anime, some of them specialize into kiddie ones like the episode 2. They just took their base formula and threw Star Wars on top of it. And it depends
I
greatly
would
from
say
I
what
saw
they-
the part of the second one I saw was even worse than the first. It's like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah, the second episode isn't great.
I mean, if it had been sold as anime, I would have been fine with it. But Star Wars is not anime.
Yeah, it's anime fan fiction for Star Wars, basically.
I don't know. Maybe because it kind of somewhat reminded me of the style of Lone Wolf and Cub. But like I said, I thought the visuals were good. I enjoyed the visuals. I didn't really care for the story because it didn't seem to really add up.
The
Come here.
visuals, it looked like they had a literal mud filter on there.
As far as the
Supposed to
story
Because
be
goes,
everything
It's supposed to be sketched. They intentionally didn't colorize anything except for like the laser blast and the lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
It's that's just their main style for their Ronin stuff.
also, that was somewhat done in Sin City comics. Normally, when something
That's what
was
Sin
colored,
City ripped off.
What's that?
Sin City ripped that style off from because a lot of Ronin stuff will follow that pattern in the Japanese anime.
I did not know that. One of the things I liked about Sin City was when something was colored, that was kind of when you knew something was to stand out and give you notice of something.
Yeah, that's essentially that's one of the tropes. But as I said, each one of the episodes is the basically core story that each studio does. Like they took their top thing and they just put a Star Wars skin on it.
No, because there's actually was a comic back around the prequel times, or right after the prequels, called Star Wars Visions, and it was a collaboration of different types of animation, or not animation, sorry, different styles of writing and different stories. One of them being the origin of Grievous. One of them actually had Palpatine performing Sith alchemy.
Yeah, but that doesn't apply to this short series.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I that's the only reason like I said, I didn't even know about it. Other than Boba Fett coming out, I haven't really paid much attention to what's coming on Disney Plus right now. I haven't even seen the Probably the last two What Ifs. I haven't seen them. I don't even know what they were about. Didn't have an interest in it. Did watch the movie Cry Macho. Thought that was actually pretty damn good. I'm not going to say it was Clint Eastwood at his best, but it was good.
Oh, God. It means Indy and I agree on something. Crap. Oh, well.
What thing do you agree with me on?
Cry Macho.
Did you enjoy? So, what did you think of it overall?
I liked it. I thought it was a good story. I thought, I don't want to discuss anything because everything I discussed would go into spoilers. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, the basic premise. The basic premise is, though, what is, it's kind of a bonding story, and yeah, I agree. PCAT, I was not. I was actually surprised when he actually punched somebody in the movie. I'm like, yeah, I'm not expecting Clint Eastwood to be able to do what he did back when he was doing spaghetti westerns. That's not going to fucking happen. I don't expect that from a 91-year-old man. But he still can do the acting, and it was a good movie. I didn't see the prior one, The Mule. Cap, did you watch that? Did any of you guys see that one?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. Somebody, I think it was Peacat, who said it had kind of a Gran Torino vibe in this movie. I was like, yeah, I can see a little bit of that, but he's definitely a different character in this one. Cry Macho is actually not a Western, Eli Hoo. I mean, I wouldn't call it a Western.
No, it's not a Western. I mean, I'm sorry. Not everything that involves horses and shit is a Western.
No, I mean, what was he? He was a horse trainer, wasn't he?
Yeah. And somehow that makes it a Western. Not sure how, but whatever.
Okay,
I don't know how it was classified as a Western. That's just no.
No, it's just he's an old guy. He's he's a retired rodeo. He's and I do like the fact that his reasoning for going and doing this favor, because that's really what the story's about, is him doing a favor. Because even though what happens at the very beginning of the intro, this story goes, you start to understand why Clint Eastwood's character is doing this, why he's putting this effort into it. And it had some really good, I thought the storyline was very good. Like I said, not his best, but I don't expect everything to be Gran Torino $1 Million Baby level from him at this point. I thought Trouble with a Curve was actually a very great movie, and it was completely different from any of the other ones. I mean, it is an enjoyable movie. I mean, it's good. I liked it. It's very good. I got to give Clint Eastwood a fucking shit ton of credit to still be able to do this at his age.
Now, I wouldn't suggest going to see it at, that would be a matinee. You're going to go see it, go during the evenings. We got to pay more. Get the reduced ticket prices and go.
I just watched it on HBO Max.
Well, I'm talking if for people who
Yeah, if
actually
you don't
want to
have
get
it,
out and
yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely, if you're going to go see it in theater, matinee would be the better way to go.
Because it's a good matinee, but it's not okay. It's a good movie, but it's not worth paying $20 to go see. If you can get it for, let's say, $15 instead for the matinee price or less, yeah, that's fine. But nah, evening price is better include a whole fucking meal at the theater.
I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that one. Oh, PK, you like Trouble with the Curb? I was actually, I was pleasantly surprised with that movie too. I didn't know what to expect from that one. So some people, even at that age, still got it, which is impressive.
Reduced ticket prices for me, $11 to $14. I'd go for the $11 one. It's well worth it if you're going to go see it for that. If you, 14 may be a little much, but yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely say hit it in a matinee, if it's something interesting. Oh, Can is going to watch it on HBO Max. Yeah, it's good on HBO Max. That's what I watched it on.
Cool.
And,
yeah,
absolutely. Give it a chance on HBO Max.
if you have HBO Max, watch it. Go for it. If you don't, I wouldn't suggest getting it strictly for that. But you already have it or want to get it anyhow, why not? How much is a HBO Max, by the way?
Okay, I'm gonna be completely fucking honest with you. I don't know because almost everything I have is bundled through Hulu. So I think it's $10.99. I think actually, let me fucking look that up. Just go to Hulu.
What are you making for lunch or dinner? Sorry, dinner.
Let's see.
So the point is, you could literally pay for a month of HBO Max for the price of a ticket. So if this is a movie that you're interested in checking out, just pay for a month of HBO Max. If you'd like it, watch it. Maybe it'll be worth the price for you. If not, just cancel it after the next month. That's fine. I say it's worth it.
Okay, let's see.
Spaghetti bolognese. Okay, that's something easy. HBO Max just dropped their prices. Why am I not surprised?
Unfortunately, Hulu jacked up my price by $1.
Of course, because you're paying for the bundling option, and it's a convenience. So therefore, you pay a convenience charge.
I can live with paying $12 more a year. I mean, I'm just not that. I mean, if it was raised like $5, $10, that'd be one thing. But $1, I think I can deal with for now.
I'm cheap. I'd rather have 5 bills than one. If I could save $1,
playing right into their hand.
You mean everybody wanting to bundle and
no?
Oh, it's only $1 more.
The comment that this guy said.
What?
Oh, it's only $1. It's only $12 a month. I don't mind. Yeah, but if they all do
$12 a year,
whatever the fuck you said. You know what I meant. I don't give a shit what the number was. A penny a year. I don't give a fuck. Whatever the fucking number is. They all want you to think that. Oh, I can afford that. That's fine. No problem. But then they all freaking raise their shit a little bit. Then what?
Oh, then if I decide it's not worth my money, like I did with Hulu Live, I canceled it. See, I had Hulu Live for a while, and I canceled that.
That's what you should be doing now, not after.
LDG?
Now.
Do not tell me what to do.
I didn't tell you. Did I tell you what to do? Did those words come out of my mouth? I said you should.
That's telling me what to do.
No, it isn't. Learn English.
Whatever.
You're supposed to be on my side on this, not against me.
Dude, no. I
One
disagree
person
with
raises their price, they're all going to raise the price. This has been proven. You know I'm right.
Well, that's the basics of inflation, LDG.
Exactly. Artificial inflation is going to kill us. It's going to put more
not
people out of their
artificial.
homes and to get less people. Yeah, it's artificial when you raise a digital price for no reason at all.
Their expenses go up because
Their
the value
expenses
of
go
the
up because they
dollar
give you
goes
shit
down.
you don't need.
Yeah, but see, okay, HBO. Okay, how do I say this?
I don't have to
Hulu
have HBO Max. I
Plus
don't have to have.
HBO Max plus this. They're paying you're paying a convenience charge. If it's worth it to you, that's fine. If not, pay for it separately.
All right, so here we go, guys. Digital streaming 101. You do not have a digital streaming service if the money from the people buying it is the only thing keeping you up. That's what you call corporate stupidity. If I went to a corporate organization and they wanted to purchase or buy a streaming service, if their answer is, how are you going to make money? And my only question, and my only answer was the people who buy the service, I would be laughed out of the room. Streaming services. Oh, wait. Here we go. Ready for it? You ready for it? Streaming services make all their money outside of you paying for the service. You paying for the service is a bonus, and that's it.
No, me paying for the service is me agreeing to a certain amount of money for that service. And if I decide I want to have HBO Max, Cinemax,
Oh God, there's two of them.
and
So I have to have a cigarette.
whatever
after this
else,
conversation.
that's my choice because I know my personal responsibilities. I know my personal finances. I know what I can and can't afford. Now, if I
But you
decide
cannot afford
the
certain
service
things right now.
isn't worth if I decide the service isn't worth the money I'm paying, or I don't feel I'm getting my money's worth from the service, I get rid of it. It's not that
Okay.
fucking hard.
Okay, then here's what you do. You get rid of the HBO Max from what you have it now, and you can sign up on HBO.com and pay $7.49 a month for 6 months. You're paying $10 now.
Well, I don't know if it's $10. I did, like I said, I haven't actually checked the price. I'd have to look. But then after 6 months, what's the price go up to after the promo?
Regular price, I don't know.
It's always going to go up. It's going to keep going up and up because they're going to artificially inflate until they can know that the average amount of people are willing to pay this much money, and that's when they'll stop.
But everything keeps going up and up like that. That's the basic working of currency inflation.
Yeah,
And it's not just for streaming services; it's for literally everything.
$9.99 $9.99 a month with ads. Ad free is $14.99 a month.
And I have the ad-free option for Hulu.
Okay,
So I paid the $14.99.
but at this point, it is $7.49 for the ad-free version. Now, you would go back up to paying the $14.99 a month after, at which point you could then add it back to the other thing. But I would, for me, I would go for the money-saving one. Because if I were to say, hey, I need HBO Max, and I wanted to raise money to buy access to it, that's exactly what I'd do. I'd get I'd raise the money for $14.95 a month, pay $7.49 a month, and then I'd have the money for when it goes up in price because it's going to. It's going to be It's by the end of the year, it's going to be $19.99 a month. Excuse me, it's going to be $19.99 a month for HBO Plus or Max or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Actually, since I've had ad-free, this is the first time the price has gone up.
It's funny
Since
'cause
I've had
Netflix has gone up like 4 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I know about that. Yeah, Netflix likes to raise their prices.
Yeah, HBO Max is going to go up in price. It's going to probably be about $20 by the end of the year. Now, am I saying it's not going to be $17.99 or $18.99 or $18.99? No, I'm not going to say it's going to be exactly $19.99, but it's going to be higher than $14.99 by the end of the year. I'm saying at least $17.99.
No, I could see $19.99 being the first stop gap measure. But once they merge,
And that would be for the ad-free version.
it's going to be like $60, $70 a month once they merge them all.
It'll be more than that because that'll be all the that'd still be less than cable.
I haven't had cable in almost 10
about
years.
80.
I'll be honest. Once my kids once my 2 older kids are out of the house, I'll probably drop several of these services.
Yeah, several of them aren't really worth it. You only need like maybe 2 or 3.
Well, actually, I've been
At most.
enjoying having Cinemax and HBO and Stars on there because I'm able to catch up some shows I was interested in seeing that I haven't seen
Wait a minute.
yet.
Wait a minute. Hold on. SNAP beneficiaries are low income. Oh, ooh, really?
That's
I didn't-
attached to state benefits. That's a
I didn't-
California program.
Well, see, it could be. SNAP is also it's food stamps. That's
Yeah,
what they're
SNAP
calling.
is food stamps.
Yeah.
So
Those
I
are
don't know
managed through
what's
the
available.
states.
I don't know what's available in Missouri. So I could be able to get something at a lower price in Missouri. I'll check.
I forgot what SNAP stands for. Is it Supplemental Nutrition? I'd have to look it up.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Exactly.
Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, I think. I mean, I know what it is.
Aid program. Supplemental nutrition aid program. That would probably be it. Oh, Lord. It sounds good. We'll go with that till we get the actual one. And Springtime says if the economy keeps going down, all the prices are going to go up. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
And
The
the only
dollar
way
isn't worth nearly
the
as
only
much.
way to get prices to go down is for places to open up. But are we going to do that? No, because we're going to be living in fear about a virus and no more dangerous than the fucking flu.
Yeah,
Like
that and
And
get the
by the
government
way,
stop
I'm the guy who's
treating
got COVID
the
right now.
currency like toilet paper.
And I'm the guy who's actually got COVID right now.
Yep.
But
You
my
sound
wife's
awfully
quarantine
good
is
for a guy who's
tomorrow.
supposed to
Mine
be
will end
dying.
on Wednesday.
By the way, since we're breaking the rule for today, why not? Do you feel any worse than you normally do during like a cold and flu season?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
That's literally what we figured it was probably going to be. The temperatures dropped around here. That's usually around when the temperature does a sudden drop. That seems to always be the time I get sick or my wife gets sick. We figured it was most likely 1 or 2 factors. One, my wife, starting this new job, she probably picked it up from one of the students, and my daughter either picked it up from us or picked it up at the convention, even though they were made to wear masks at the convention. And yes, folks, if anybody's asking, I did inform the family that took my daughter that we tested positive. Other than just, I don't need a respirator. I don't have respiratory issues, Elihu. That's not a condition I have. I take 2 pills for high blood pressure and I take 1 for anxiety, but I don't have respiratory issues.
And it's less than 5% of people who actually contract it need to be put on a respirator.
That's correct. Thank you, Resolute Germ.
But my wife is feeling better. My son is feeling better. I'm feeling better. Yesterday was, I figured, usually when I get sick, day 3 is usually my worst day, which I figure was yesterday. Because that was the worst I felt. Today I feel pretty much fine. My taste buds are a little off, but they're coming back. I could barely taste my coffee this morning. I could start tasting my coffee again this morning today. But pretty much our sense of smell, our sense of taste, yeah, we were tired more. Which is, like I said, when you sit there and try and find all the side effects of COVID, the problem is they compare so much to the flu. Sometimes you think you have that.
May I say, you sound very articulate for what CNN keeps swearing should be a dying man.
Well, the biggest thing I've noticed is, like I said, those things. And yeah, I'm sweating more, which is nothing new. My body does that every time it's fought the flu. So, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Or at least I don't feel like it's that big of a deal. It's not affecting me and my family. Like I said, we knew our health. We talked to our doctors. We knew we have a very good we're very good in our health as far as this. So now we're doing responsible things. When you get sick, you don't go out. That's why I didn't go to the concert this weekend, because I thought I was possibly sick with something. Didn't know if it was COVID or the flu or whatever. When we found out, it's like, okay, it's a good thing I didn't go. It's also a good thing my daughter and my grandson didn't come over, or I didn't go over there, because we started not feeling good. But we, unfortunately, unless I feel like I'm sick, I don't. I'm not going to assume I'm just sick all the time. I mean, I'm sick in the head, but that's a different subject.
Yeah, that's generally not contagious.
True.
So yeah, my wife talked to her school yesterday, and her quarantine's over tomorrow, so she is more than qualified to go back to school. She talked to the school. She talked to the principal. She took the days off that she needed to, and is going back to work. And in about Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be out of my quarantine cycle.
All right, I will be back in just a few minutes. Yes, NB tested positive. Bert, if you want to come on now, would be the time.
Now, actually, my wife and daughter.
I'll be right back.
Let me clarify that, though. My wife and daughter tested positive. I and my son have not gone, but it's pretty fucking obvious we all contracted it. Yeah, thanks, Bert. I am feeling better. Overall, like I said, I'm fine. Haven't had a super blood push. You're right. Yeah, I understand why. That's one of the reasons when I'm sick and I'm fighting something and I sweat a lot, I tend to drink more fluids, because body's trying to fight it off. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Look, like I said, my wife and son have both recovered pretty much completely from it. My daughter and I caught it a little bit later, so it's going to take us a little bit longer to fight it off. But, that's life.
Yeah, just like any disease.
I mean, it was, it was, I'm not surprised we eventually caught it.
Oh yeah, you get exposed enough times. Because no matter what they want to tell you is everyone in this country, to every last man, woman, and child, unless you've been up in the mountains all by yourself for the last 3 years, you've been exposed.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not surprising that, if my daughter caught it at the convention, that's not surprising because, that's a tourist place in Indianapolis. Well, Indianapolis is a tourist place too, so.
Good morning, Bird.
Hello, world.
Hey, Bird. Kapla.
Kapla.
How are
I'm
you
glad
today?
you guys are all doing okay.
Oh, thank you. Hey, did you get your bed?
I did.
Thank God.
I did. I'm in it now.
How you liking it?
It's taking some getting used to. It's even though it's the same physical size, the mattress is quite a bit wider somehow. Like I don't know exactly, but I guess there's less empty space between the mattress and the rails that it's noticeable. So like the places where I had thought I was centered is now not so centered. And I have to pull myself to the edge of the bed more to be able to reach things when on my side. It's minor things. But it also has extra features that we're just now starting to use that kind of like motion therapies that kind of make the bed. It doesn't like massage, but it keeps the bed surface moving a bit to reduce pressure in one spot.
Yeah, keep your circulation going.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. We've got a little issue where one of the fans on the bed is making a really high-pitched whine, so it's like having tinnitus. But they're going to come tomorrow to fix that. So it's a little annoying right now. But other than that, everything is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It'd take you a while to work the groove into the new bed, like
Yeah, I mean, when I was first in it, I was out of it, so like I didn't know what was going on the first bed the first time. I had so much pain and whatnot when I first got home, and they put me in that bed. The last thing I was worrying about was bed comfort. I was just worrying about how, several times a day I'd have to be moved and literal torturous pain. That over the years, as the pain slowly went away, I just settled into the bed, and the bed was my reality, and that was that. And I never even thought about it when I got the new bed that, hey, I would have to get used to it again. It just didn't. I don't know. Because usually when I do go to a hospital, I'm in a different bed most of the time. The bed is damn near the same to the one I've been in at home. And it feels like, yeah, there's a little getting used to a new bed, but it's not all that much. But for whatever reason, this one, maybe because it's just brand new, it just it's like, I guess it's like breaking in a new car. or something. Got to get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the old one had a nice indentation of, and you just fit perfectly in it. You just
Well,
take a
actually,
few weeks to work that
no,
into like any piece of furniture.
well, that's the thing, because the way the bed is made, it's an air mattress. It's not a foam or any type of physical like spring or anything.
Oh.
So the whole point was there's no indentation. It's constantly. I mean, it's why it's so expensive. Is that it prevents any type of long-term indentation forming on the mattress. But I'm sure something was different.
So you went with the deluxe model this time.
Well, it had, because of the having bed sores, it had always needed to be a deluxe model. That's why it was always an expensive bed, because the technology involved had to have preventative. I don't know what's called bed sore prevention technology or whatever, and those are kind of like the top of the line models. Hey, Darren.
How you doing, Darren?
What's up?
Okay, I'm back.
So NB's family got the.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, we did.
I got that 2 years ago. I'm
I
already.
guess we're late. I guess we're late bloomers.
I'm already on COVID 23.
Yeah, back in 2019, they just called it the flu. Oh, it is a bad flu.
Yeah. I remember thinking this is weird, but it burned through my system in about 18 hours. So.
Yeah, usually I take about 4 or 5 days.
Mm-hmm. I was in a fasted state too. That probably had something to do with it.
Oh.
And unfortunately, it took me like 3 weeks to get over it. But again, that's pretty typical. Even with the flu, it hangs around.
Yeah. Some of the body aches and things don't go away right away.
Yeah, the body aches haven't been overly bad. That I haven't had too much of a problem with.
Yep.
My biggest issue is, I've been tired more, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time I've had it. And anytime I've had the flu or a cold or something like that, I usually sleep more.
And Elihu were very aware they're two separate viruses, but epidemically, no real difference in the way the human body goes through it. At least for the vast, vast majority of people.
Well, for the vast majority of people with colds and flus do not need ventilators either. But some people with the flu need them as well. So,
yeah, hell,
it's just a different virus.
Yeah. Hell, before he died, my father needed to go on a ventilator when he got just basic common cold because he was so old and just his body couldn't fight it off as well.
Yeah.
So what's going on today, Darren?
Well, Bird's Twilight Zone event is happening at 2, I'm assuming, and so I'll be there for that. That's about it. That's all I have planned today.
Yes, the Twilight Zone
Mhm.
should be set up. The stream set up and waiting.
What's the Twilight Zone episode?
So I'll be honest. These are probably the 3 most boring episodes of the season, in my opinion. Although next week is the season finale of season 1, which I thought is pretty good. This week is The Chaser, something about the trumpet, and Mr. Beavis. A Passage for Trumpet, Mr. Beavis, and The Chaser. The Chaser's the first one. Mr. Beavis isn't too bad, if I recall.
Just as long as it doesn't have someone named Mr. Butthead with them.
No.
No, it's Bemis, not Beavis.
Bemis?
Right?
Oh, is it Bemis?
Is it Bemis or Beavis?
Looks like Bevis.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different episode then. Sorry.
So they rebooted or continued, whatever you want to call it, Twilight Zone in 2019, and it was on CBS All Access, and it was canceled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it sucked.
It was.
That was a
it was
reboot.
by Jordan Peele. It was.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it lasted 2 episodes. Oh, it lasted 2 seasons.
2 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think
And
anybody
it
watched that
suffered
second one.
from. It was the Star Trek Discovery of Twilight Zone. It's had adult content, adult language.
Yeah.
You know, they just flat on called everybody racist. It was one episode called, I think it's called Not All Men, where there was a meteor shower and all the men of the town just started sexually assaulting women. And it turned out there was nothing to do with the meteor shower. They just started acting like crazy men because one person did, and it was like it spread. They didn't need an excuse. Once people saw it happen, like, the only guy who didn't was a gay nephew of like a main character.
Yeah.
He was protecting the women from all the crazy heterosexual men. I mean, not only were they doing that, they were of course fighting with each other with chains and freaking hitting each other with hammers and shit.
Yeah. Tools of trades.
Testosterone inflamed town took over, and women were running for the hills, and the men were going crazy, and it was never had anything to do with anything except they thought they could get away with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of agree with PCAT. I don't really care for the 1 hour versions of that 4th season.
And of course, that's what they did. They took the longer format and made them. They were all like 1 hour. Well, they weren't all. They varied in length from as short as 35 minutes up to 55 minutes. Yeah. So I'd say most of them averaged an hour, 45 minutes in length. But
the best revival was the one in the 80s, in my opinion.
The
Was
one
that the one where
decent
Forrest Whitaker
episode.
was?
No, that was in the
That
that was in
is-
the O's. That was in the aughts with
Yeah.
back to back with Enterprise. No, there was a revival of the Twilight Zone on CBS in the '80s, and the show was ran by Harlan Ellison and somebody else, I can't remember who, but it was it was directly in competition with Amazing Stories over on NBC, and much better show. Um, it had 20-minute long episodes, half hour, and then they also had like 5 and 10-minute shorts that were often very good. There's one in particular that you can find on YouTube called Eye of Newton. I is in the letter I, and then of Newton. It's got Sherman Helmsley in it and Ron Glass. It's a 2-man show where one plays the devil. It's very good.
Yeah, because I got in the back watching Twilight Zone on I believe I was watching it on Netflix at the time, right when COVID first hit. And I started going through watching seasons 1, 2, 3, and 5 because that's what was available.
Yeah.
And I just started remembering a lot of how great the stories and the writing and the characters were done.
Yeah. Highly polished short films is what they really were as well. Only one episode of Twilight Zone was ever not produced by Rod Serling, and that was An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, which was a French film that they aired as a Twilight Zone episode.
Really?
Yeah. It's a good one. I mean, it doesn't have any, as I recall, it doesn't have any direct dialogue in it. It's a very powerful little piece, just like you'd expect.
Now, wasn't there an episode that the whole storyline was this man was about to be hung?
Okay, that's The Occurrence of Owl Creek Bridge. Yeah.
Oh, that is.
That's it. Yeah.
I actually thought that was an interesting episode because, you know the story and the twist at the end. I thought, I didn't see that. I hadn't. Yeah. I don't think that was an episode I had seen.
There must be at least 2 episodes that start with a man about to be hung, because we saw one last week.
The bridge is the key. He was in Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge. It takes place during the American Civil War, even though it's a French film, and the man's gonna get hung over the side of a bridge by the neck.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not the
one. Yeah.
And you said that's the only one that wasn't had Rod Serling's involvement,
right? I mean, he saw the film at a film festival and bought the American broadcast rights to be able to make it a Twilight Zone episode. It was only lightly edited for television. So
really,
yeah. In fact, at the beginning of the episode, Serling just comes on camera and says that for the first time here on the Twilight Zone, we're showing you a film produced made in France by others. And it wasn't the usual thing where he walks onto the set or anything, because they couldn't do that. He had bought this film, so it's introduced differently than the other episodes are.
I do remember him saying that. I honestly did not realize that. I didn't look at the history of it, so that's interesting. I didn't know he bought the rights to that for the American distribution to make it a Twilight Zone, because if you think about it, I mean, I'm going to be honest, it's actually a pretty damn good Twilight Zone episode.
Oh, yeah. For not having any real dialogue. I think there's some dialogue that's heard when there's a character that's underwater and I think they threw in some audio of somebody speaking English, but you couldn't make it out because of the water effect, on the audio. But that's the only thing that they, unless that was added by the actual makers, and that's possible too, because they are talking about the American Civil War rather than the French, any French wars. But yeah.
What was the title of the episode with Robert Redford playing Death? I'd have to.
I have that one too. Well, I have all of them, but
Yeah, I'd have to look that one up myself. But I remember when I was watching it, and I think I was on the stream, and I think it
Nothing
was
in the Dark.
Okay, and I remember somebody telling me that was Robert Redford who played the character. I was like, "Are you shitting me?" I really.
Yeah. He was really young. I mean, he was like 19. It was like, I don't even think he was in his 20s yet. I mean,
And
he looked like
he still had charisma to suck the air out of the room even then.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was. Yeah.
But Twilight Zone, had those, wonderful way of telling a good story in a very short time,
right?
In a very good format.
Yeah.
And something I don't think we see nowadays is they're not talking at the audience. Now they're making stuff to talk to the audience, tell them how they should think about certain things.
Yep.
Whereas you look at, some Twilight Zone episodes, or what I'm going to do later in about 3 hours, since I didn't get to my concert, I'm going to go ahead and go live. And we're talking Jack Beers and Alyssa and I are going to talk probably part 1 of 3 or 4 parts of the golden age of Universal monster movies. And one of the things I love about those movies is sometimes you really can watch them and start questioning who's the real monster, especially in Frankenstein or Bride of Frankenstein.
Right. Yeah, the best Twilight Zones are the ones where they don't really come out on a side too much, because they wanted people to talk about the episodes the following day at work around the water cooler, So, the ones we remember are the ones.
There's all kinds of great Twilight Zone episodes. They're fun to watch, and they still hold up storytelling even now.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you come in and first off, I wasn't going to pay for Paramount Plus or CBS All Access, or whatever the fuck it's called now. Because I had a feeling they were going to screw it up. And everybody I knew who was a Twilight Zone fan who actually saw any of the episodes was pissed.
Mm-hmm. The one, I don't know what Bird's planning on doing after Twilight Zone ends, but, there was another TV series that Rod Serling was involved with later in the 60s called Night Gallery, which was more of a horror and macabre themed show. And Rod didn't have as much to do with the day-to-day writing of it. He was the host, and he supervised a bunch of stuff. But and that's got some interesting stuff in it too. And it's weird because it's in that late 60s vibe where it's in color, and you see a lot of actors who went on to bigger and better things, but because it's late 60s and everybody is dressed and looks like a fucking hippie, none of them look very good. Like I remember seeing one of the Carradines. I think David Carradine was in one of them, and it's like, God, he looks like shit. This is like pre Kung Fu, and but then they also had some other ones. They had one where it literally starred Ozzie and Harriet, and Ozzie was a scientist who his wife died, or he killed her actually in a scientific experiment because he was so sure that he could bring her back to life. And of course, their son comes over and he just explains, Dad, she's dead. You killed her. It's, we have, it's time to turn yourself in here, and he's like, no, she's going to come out of that room very much alive. And, the time that his timer goes off and she hasn't come back from the dead yet. And so then he kills himself, and then this, the son calls the coroner and comes and gets his body, and then he's waiting for the second coroner to come get his mother's body, and his mother comes out of the room, and says, where's Ozzy? I've always, and he mentioned how she's always late for everything, and he dies of fright. Yeah, I mean, we're talking really macabre stuff. I mean, but it's done with this really interesting tongue-in-cheek, method. And there was little short ones too. They had one where Adam West played Dr. Jekyll, and he turns into Mr. Hyde. And then as Mr. Hyde, he chews out Igor, which there was no Igor in Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but there's an Igor in this episode. And says that you put too much vermouth in my martini. Basically, it was a lighthearted, campy little thing.
So what I'm looking at here is I'm not sure how to break this down. I'm assuming okay. So there was a total of, for Night Gallery, 44 episodes, 98 segments. So was there like 2 segments for each episode?
Yeah, it was an hour-long episode, and there was usually 2, sometimes 3 stories per episode.
I'm going to have to actually see if I can find that.
Yeah. I know Amazon Prime had episodes that were supposed to be Night Gallery, but then when you actually played the episode, they were episodes of a different show, like Kolchak the Night Stalker or something. I don't know if they ever got that fixed, but Amazon kind of messed up on that one.
Oh, Roddy McDowell, Joan Crawford.
Oh yeah,
Richard
lots of big
Kite.
stars.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a lot of big name actors on that show as well.
So the pilot 69, 3 segment, 1969, 3 segment. Was it in color or black and white?
Color. It was in color.
Okay.
Although it's 60s color. So
hey, yeah.
It's like Eastman color, not Technicolor. A lot of people say, well, what's the difference? Color is color. No. Eastman color was the cheaper color. It was grimier looking, So
I'm looking at some of the synopsis, just a real quick, synopsis of what the episodes are about. I got the cemetery. So after murdering his uncle, a man who's Roddy McDowell is haunted by a family painting that keeps changing. Oh.
Yeah,
that sounds like shit I would be into.
Yeah, some of them were adaptions of actual stories, like Pickman's Model is in there, and that was based off of who did that one again? Pickman's Model. Is it Poe or is it Lovecraft? I think it's Lovecraft. It's Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah.
Super Blubberpuss says Night Gallery is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It
wasn't as long lived. Yeah, it wasn't as long lived as Twilight Zone was. But every episode began with Rod Serling, much older than he is on Twilight Zone, walking through an art gallery that has these horrific paintings on them, and then he introduces his story by going up to a painting and talking about it.
This was towards the last years of his life too.
Yeah, well, he was a chain smoker. I mean, every time you saw him, he had a lit cigarette with him at all times. He already had some, like a quadruple bypass surgery and stuff.
Yeah, I think they said he was a 3-pack a day smoker.
Yeah. Chesterfields, that's what he smoked. A little trivia there.
Does look like Night Gallery presented adaptations of classic fantasies, tales by authors such as Lovecraft, many of which were by as well as original works. Okay. Second season. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into Night Gallery because that sounds like something I would definitely be interested in.
Yeah, I remember the opening credits are very kind of disturbing. They've got this bizarre music, and there's always a kaleidoscope image in front of you that has like moments from the episode you're going to see in the kaleidoscope. So, it's all very nightmarish.
So, would you say you said it was more? Is it more horror, or
It is. Yeah, it's more
also suspense?
It's way more horror suspense than science fiction. The part with Ozzy and Harriet, for example, I mean, obviously, Ozzy was, experimenting with some scientific process to get to bring his wife back from the dead. So, I mean, in that sense, there was some science fiction elements, but it wasn't what you would consider a science fiction story. They were more horror themed. There's episodes that have a very young Mark Hamill in them too. I mean, before his face got all fucked up, and
before Empire Strikes Back.
Well, before Corvette Summer, that was the movie he was filming, I think, when that happened. Yeah. So, I mean, Bird's going to do what Bird's going to do, but in like 3 years, when he gets done with watching Twilight Zone on his channel, he might want to consider Night Gallery if he can get decent copies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so this is interesting. So during the second season, the series began using original comic. I'm not familiar with Blackout sketches.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess this is where Rod Serling started having issues with.
Yeah.
So he didn't have complete. He obviously must not have had complete creative control.
Yeah, he did not have the same level of creative control on Night Gallery that he did on Twilight Zone, and I mean, part of that was how he wanted it, because he on Twilight Zone he burned himself out. I mean, that first season, I think he wrote most of the episodes, and so I mean, he was just really feeling the effects of Twilight Zone, and he wanted to have less to do, but then the consequence of that is them making all these little funny short films that they put in between his serious horror ones that he didn't care for.
Oh, that now makes sense to what he was saying, to what I guess this quote from him. He goes, I don't think you can show Edgar Allan Poe and then come back with Flip Wilson for 34 seconds. I don't think it fits. So
Yeah.
Blackout sketches was another way of saying kind of a slapstick comedy. Okay.
Yeah.
Still sounds interesting. I mean, I probably could find some nice gems out of that.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sorry, Cap. I know we kind of dominated back and forth on that one.
Nope. That's just fine. As long as it's going on and.
Yeah. Definitely sounds interesting. I wonder if it's on any of the streaming service. I've got this website I found that will actually tell you if something's on a streaming service.
The one with Roddy McDowell you're talking about that had also had Ozzy Davis in it. That is the first one you should watch. I'll be honest. That one, if you can catch that one, that encapsulates everything that the show was about in the first season, and it's supposed to be about in the second season. So it's that's if you can find it, that's the one I would start with.
Okay, let's see.
And let me see if I can find the title here.
Looks like only season 2 is streaming on anything, and that's NBC.
Okay.
That's only season 2. I wonder if I can find this on YouTube.
You might. Here we go. Yeah, the first episode is called simply Pilot. It's the one that they showed to investors to get them on board, and Rod Serling wrote all 3 segments. But Cemetery is the one that it starts with, and that's Roddy McDowell and Ozzy Davis. And yeah, if you can get that one and look at that, that's going to set the tone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look around. I might actually just say, I might just see if Amazon will let me buy when I buy Twilight Zone. See if I can. They'll, pop that in as a as an extra one and be like, yeah, I'll buy that. What the hell? Because it does sound interesting. Very much sounds like an interesting show to watch.
I mean, yeah, that first season in particular, same level of quality you're kind of used to. It's just in color. I'm checking Amazon right now just to see if Night Gallery is.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I gotta log in to find out.
Night Gallery.
Prime.
Looks like they have season 1 on DVD or Blue. DVD $7.99.
Yeah, I'm looking for it though on Prime Video. Like if you can stream it. Okay, here we go. This video is not currently available to watch in your location. Okay, so shit. But even if it was, it doesn't include the pilot. Looks like.
Hey, Cap, if you're still streaming, I'm heading over to Viles real quick and hang out for a bit.
Okay, go ahead. Post the link in there. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Anyone can go over to Vile Mike, see what's going on over there.
Is he doing his trivia thing again?
Last I knew, he was doing the...
No, it's the CNA stream. We did trivia last week.
Oh,
Set
There's
it
the
up
link. If you can post that in the chats and not in the thing anymore.
Got it.
Thanks, Cap.
You're welcome. And here we go. Going over. Say Cap sent you. And have a good one. Talk to y'all later.
Yeah.
Um,